We're going to the zoo today, so I'm packing the car, getting all the lunches ready, and we'll be off soon. We've got all 3 kiddos. We did let them take the day off of school. We do this about once a year. We pull them out of school and take them to the zoo. It is supposedly one of the best zoos in the country, and it's like an hour away from us. So that's cool. I grew up going to this zoo, so I kind of take it for granted, I guess, but it's pretty neat that that's nearby. So we're going to go check it out today. Hello, it is Monday. I just got home from work. Yeah, we had a great time at the zoo last week on Thursday when we went. It's so fun to just hang out together. Like our kids are getting older and they're just so funny and they get along so well, and I don't know, it was a lot of fun. The weather could not have been better. It was like upper 70s, lower 80s probably. We've been having some crazy March weather. Like a week ago today, it was snowing. Then it was 70s, 80s on Thursday. And then on Saturday, it got up to 98. Like the kids were outside in swimsuits begging for the like kiddie pool to come out. They were playing with water guns in March. Like it should be 45 degrees right now. And actually today it is 50, but like 98 degrees in March is unheard of. But anyway, I really like going to the zoo in the spring because I feel like we get to see more active animals. Like it's not unbearably hot yet, so they're not just miserable. And it's usually less crowded, although I feel like this time it must have been spring break for somebody out there because there were a lot more people than there typically is this time of year. It was fine, but it was just a lot busier than I expected it to be. But it was fun. And then Friday night, we went to the fish fry at our church. Saturday, we started painting the bathroom. Oh my gosh, you guys, the drama. The drama. We did the first coat, and it was fine. We did the second coat, and it shows like roller tracks, but not textured. Like, I don't know. From what I've read, if you're showing roller tracks, it's usually because you're like trying to squeeze paint off the roller, and so you're getting ridges. It's not that. It's just like a different color. Like it looks like it's a different color. So I have a cat over there messing around. We had these like, it looks almost like drips or streaks or something on the paint. We did a third coat to try and cover it up, but it is still showing it in some places. In some places it was better, but in other places it's not. And I'll show it to you. But I don't know. This is not our first time painting, so We've never had this problem before. I don't know what the deal is. We used a Dutch Boy paint from Menards, which we have used before, not in this house, but in our old house. And it's a cheaper paint, but I don't know. It's just like a really strange issue that we're having. So I think we talked about it, and I think what we're going to do is get a color match in a higher quality paint and do a 4th coat and see if that covers it up. If it doesn't, then we're probably just going to live with it because I think my husband's about to lose his mind. But I don't know. Here, let me go show you what I'm looking at. See if we can see it. Okay, so I wasn't sure that the camera would pick it up, but you can kind of see like up here, you see these like spiky looking things. That's just the paint. And again, it's not a texture issue. It feels totally smooth, but it just, you're seeing that weird pattern. I don't know. Overall though, like I love the color. It looks a little brighter on camera, I feel like, than it does in person, but it is so pretty. But yeah, we got to figure out why the paint is doing that and how we can make it look better, because my husband does all of the actual painting. I just tell him what to do. But every time he walks into this room, he gets grumpy because it looks like that. So that's not ideal. We're also hopefully finally getting our fridge fixed this week. So we bought a new fridge. Our fridge died right after Christmas, and we bought a new one in January. And so it has, let me see if I can explain this. It has like a normal French door fridge on top, and then on the bottom it's also French doors, and one half of it is freezer and one half can be freezer or fridge, and it's controlled by an electrical panel in the door. But that door hasn't worked since we got it. And so this will be the 4th time, I think, that someone has come out to look at it. The manufacturer, GE, contracted a local like repair person, and they came out to look at it and told us what we needed to do. And then they came out again, and they had a door, but it wasn't the right door. And so they ordered a new one, and they came out again, and they still had the wrong door. So they never figured it out. So we finally called the retailer where we bought it, and they were like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. We've told GE not to use these repair people. We don't know why this is a problem. We'll get you hooked up with a different repair company. So that different repair company is coming out this week, and hopefully they'll be able to replace the door with the right door, and then it will fix the problem, and we will be able to use the fridge as intended. So keep your fingers crossed that that works out. They're coming out tomorrow. So hopefully that goes well. I have a few plants that need repots today, so I thought we'd do that together. I'm just gonna knock it out real quick. I have everything that I grow. I'm not like a plant expert by any means, so don't come to me for advice, but I do enjoy them. Everything I grow in soil. I have a do-it-yourself soil mix here that is soil, orchid bark, and perlite. And right now it has like some charcoal and a couple other things in it because I used like a pre-mixed bag of orchid medium because that was all that the store had at that point. It's fine. It's just a little fancier than I would normally do, but that's not a problem. I have 3 plants that we're going to repot. They're just small ones. One of them does not look so good, this Aglaonema. I think it got sun scorched. Its leaves are kind of yellowy. So yeah, I don't know. We're going to repot it and see how it does. It is popping out a new leaf here, so maybe I should wait, but I don't know. I'm just going to do it and get it over with. I normally like to put all of my plants into clear nursery pots, but all I have are these like massive ones right now. I don't know what happened to all my other sizes. I cannot find them. I swear I had a huge stash, but I don't. So I might have to order some more, but I don't want to wait and put this off because I'm kind of seizing the day here with energy and motivation. So I'm just going to use what I have, and if it's too big, I don't know. That's just how it's going to be. So let's do it. We're going to start first with this Hoya Lisa Australis. It has this very long vine, and it's still in this tiny little nursery pot, and it has been for way too long. So we're going to repot that first. I think, yeah, like all of these are going to be bigger than I would like, but I'm just going to roll with it.
I also don't have a potting mat right now. I'm just doing it right on the floor, and I will clean it up later. The roots there, looking pretty good. Very root bound. So we're just gonna loosen it up a little bit and then settle them right in there and fill in. I've been thinking lately about doing some kind of quarterly reset video since quarter one is coming to a close, but I don't really want to like be pushing myself to try to do more or do better. Like I'm not feeling that. I could, I guess. I mean, I could try and optimize everything for the best way to do things, but like, one, I'd probably fail at it anyway. And two, I don't know, that just doesn't, I just want my life to feel good. Like, I don't necessarily need it to be optimized. I just want it to feel good to me. Like, the goal is to live and enjoy living, not to do things the best way or get the most done. I don't know, like an afternoon at the zoo or a pretty bathroom. Like, those things feel good, and I just want more of that. Yeah. And I guess sometimes like your life feeling good does mean that you have to optimize things. Like a clean house feels good. Something that's tidy feels good. And in order to achieve that, you have to have things set up a certain way so that you can get done what you need to do so that they are that way. I don't even know if I'm like totally rambling. Okay. Hoya Lisa is repotted. Probably way too big a pot for her, but we're just gonna roll with it. She's also the second of that plant that I have, so if she croaks, oh well. Now for this Aglaonema White Rain, I'm just gonna put it in the same pot. I have this pot, which again is kind of way too big, but well, no, maybe it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, that's just what I've been thinking about more and more lately, is that I don't want to like pursue bigger and better. I just want to pursue what feels better. But also like talking about cleaning. That's something I struggle with a lot with ADHD and maybe just my personality. I don't know. But like check out the roots. Very ready for a repot. But like I don't want to do it the best way. I just want to do it in whatever way is going to work, because that's the way. If it works for me, then that's something I'm going to stick to. If I'm doing it the best way, I probably am not going to stick to it. Like looking up cleaning routines to make sure that everything is clean and your house is sparklingly tidy all the time. I never stick to those, ever. So what's the point in trying to optimize my cleaning routine if I know that it's not going to get done? The cleaning routine that gets done is the optimal cleaning routine, whether it's perfect or not. And sometimes feeling good means doing things that don't feel good in the moment. I'm thinking of like exercising and running. Like you have to take care of your body or you're not going to feel good. And that like exercise or eating a salad doesn't always feel good right then. So you kind of have to think ahead and plan better. But that doesn't mean, again, that you have to do it perfectly. Like I can be a runner without having to run a certain distance or be a real runner doing all the races, pushing myself really hard. Like I can just run a distance that feels good for me that day. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So maybe it's just a mindset shift, really. Like maybe I'm not doing something different. I'm just thinking about it differently. Either way, this is what I'm thinking I want to lean into. So like a quarter two reset isn't resetty. I'm just resetting up here and thinking about how I can think about this differently, how I can approach this differently in a way that works better for me and so it feels better for me. This one is done. She's looking good. And then we're on to this one. This is an Aglaonema green papuma? I'm not actually sure how to say it. It's not doing great. So we're gonna repot it and see if maybe a new pot, a new soil, some more space helps it. It doesn't hold on to water very long either. It dries out super quickly. So I'm thinking when I take it out of this pot that it's gonna look a little intense, but we'll find out. This one I am gonna put in a clear pot, even though like that's kind of huge. So maybe I won't fill it up the whole way, but yeah. Ooh, yeah. Lots of roots and a lot of what look like dried, dead roots. Ooh, she don't look good. She don't look good. No wonder her leaves aren't looking so great. I'm just pulling off, honestly, a lot of these dead roots because there's no point in leaving them there. And maybe I won't up-pot her. I'm just gonna repot her in the same size pot because she don't need more space. She just needs more roots. So this one is a little bit more of a rescue project than a repot, unexpectedly. Yikes. She does have some healthy roots on here, so that's a good sign. She's not, and like I said, she's pushing out a new leaf, so I'm impressed, honestly. But she has a lot of what's dead, and I don't know if this is like a me issue or a nursery issue. This plant's very new to my collection, so we're just gonna see what happens. Okay, I pulled off dead roots. This is what she's looking like now. I'm gonna repot her in the same size pot and see what happens. I don't know if she's gonna make it. That's pretty intense. Settle her in there and fill her up. So we'll see how and if she recovers. So now I need to vacuum, clean this up, and put it away and water these babies in.
Okay, so I've decided that instead of doing like a full Q2 reset, I'm just going to go through my goals that I set at the beginning of the year, and I'm going to look at whether they still apply. So if I'm aiming for a life that feels good as opposed to a life that is perfect or productive or that looks good, whatever it is, I want to make sure that what I'm pursuing lines up with that. I also want to do some writing, I think, about what doesn't feel good right now and what approach I could take to make those things feel better. I don't want to say like to improve them because that is the goal, I guess, but I just want like a different energy to this, I think. Like not a hustle type vibe. Like I want something that feels different. I just want to feel different. I want to feel good. So I want to think about how I can set myself up for that. One of the things that occurred to me is like with my ADHD, I have trouble with like long-term goals and planning, and like I lose motivation, I get off track, I get distracted really easily. So like I'm kind of wondering if focusing more on how things make me feel and like how it feels to do a thing and how it feels to have done a thing is maybe going to help in some way. I'm not sure. But it seems like it could. Like maybe the emotional payoff of an action and paying attention to that will make that action somehow more appealing. Okay, so a lot of my initial goals are okay. They're still goals. But I think it really is a mindset shift to see these things differently and approach approach everything just a little bit differently without trying to push myself to do it better. Like that's I guess what I'm talking about. Like I'm shifting from trying to push myself to do it better or do it right to pushing myself to do it in what's right for me, what feels good to me. Does this make any sense to you? I don't even know. But anyway, okay, so the first goal that I had set was to exercise, and I had all those races set up. And this one is the one that currently like feels most important to me. I struggle like mightily, so much with consistency and motivation. Um, I've talked already about struggling with running this year, but I function so much better when I am exercising regularly. My mood is more stable. I don't actually sleep better, but that's a whole nother thing. Exercise actually makes me have trouble falling asleep. I don't know why, but in general, things are better when I am exercising regularly. But as we know, I have struggled to run lately. I've been hating on that. So, running is like my preferred form of exercise. Like, I really do like it. I do enjoy it. I love being a runner because of how that feels. But it's really hard to be consistent with that for me. And so then that doesn't feel good. So, what I've decided, I think, is that I'm still going to run and I'm still going to do the 10Ks, but I am going to let go of the half marathon this spring. I would still like to do the half marathon in the fall with my husband, but we'll see how it's going. And in the meantime, I'm going to let myself incorporate a lot more variety. So I'm going to do more walking, I'm going to do more weightlifting, like just whatever I'm in the mood for on a given day, so that I'm still getting the exercise and the movement, but in a way that feels better and that works better. And then that consistency will also feel good. Like being able to finally do whatever I can to be consistent instead of pushing myself to have to run or to have to ramp up a certain mileage will build like a self-confidence and a satisfaction that is currently lacking. That's my hope. Decluttering our home is number 2. I have been working on this a little bit, but I would really like to lock in here. It's hard to feel good in a home that is cluttered and messy. It just like too much stuff just gets in the way. It gets messy and it doesn't feel nice. I think I maybe want to like gamify this somehow. Like I did the men's game a while back, and I've done actually several men's games, but not I don't want to do another men's game right now because it's just a pain to have to like count all of the items, and I just don't feel like doing that. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. If you have any ideas, leave them in the comments for me. But this is a goal that is going to stay on the list. Read 40 plus books. That's another one that's going to stay on the list. I'm on track with it right now. Reading is something that I just enjoy doing. So this one isn't too hard to stay consistent with, usually. Keep vlogging and creating things. Obviously the vlogging part is on track right now, so that's great. But as far as like creating other things, it's meh in the middle. I would say I've been working on the paint by number, which is insanely slow, but I am still chipping away at it. I've been doing a lot of puzzles lately, which I feel like counts here for some reason. I don't know why, because it's not really creating something, but it does. I just envisioned more when I set this goal, but it hasn't been happening. I also don't want to make it feel like a chore or something that I have to do. I do think that like creating more would feel good, but I don't want to put pressure on myself. Like if I set the challenge to myself, for example, that I was going to draw every day, or I was going to once a week write a poem or something like that, I will instantly rebel against that. I will not do it. It will never happen. And I'm not really sure why. Like, why is it so hard to make myself do things that I enjoy? I think that writing is fun. I love to do art projects, like, but I don't do them. And if I set myself like a goal to do it X number of times or whatever, then I'm guaranteed not to do them. Like, why is that? Where does that resistance come from? Make it make sense. Eat smarter and meal plan. This one is one I think I'm going to shift a little bit. I have not been getting better at meal planning. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but there are big gaps between meal plans. I have not figured out a way to make that better for myself, but if you have ideas, I'd love to hear them. One thing that has been working, though, is having things on hand that eliminate the work required to eat better. So, like, I've been having pre-made protein shakes for breakfast and taking frozen meals for lunch at work. I did do some research to find ones that had less sodium in them, but having those just like ready to go, they're grab and go. There's no work involved. There's no decision making involved. Mornings are so much better with that. And then I feel good at lunch too because I'm not eating crap or like ordering takeout or scrambling to find something to eat. I have a meal ready to go. It's super easy. Is it the best option? Is it the healthiest option? No, but it's definitely better than it could be, and it's not bad. I found, like I said, the meals that have less sodium in them and they're low calorie and they have lots of vegetables, and I'm happy with them. So I have found a way to make this work for me that, again, is not like total optimization, the absolute best it could be, but I will do it. I am consistent with this. And that is way better than the alternative, because the alternative is me just not doing it. So I think I'm going to try to lean into this. So, like, for example, I would like to eat more salads. I've been kind of thinking about this for a long time, but if I meal prep salads at the beginning of the week, they're gross by the end of the week. And I just don't want to eat them. And good luck on getting me to do a midweek meal prep. Won't happen. But I could order salad kits. I could get those at the grocery store. You know, a pre-mixed bag of stuff and like the toppings and all that. And then the work is done. They're already made, and all I have to do is eat them. I have avoided stuff like that for so long because it is cheaper if you can prep them yourself, and like that's the right way to do it, right? But I don't do it. So if I don't do it, then it's not the right way to do it. I need to find a way to make it easier for me to do the things. And if that means paying a little extra for a pre-made salad kit, then that's going to be the better option, right? So I'm going to try that, and I'm going to keep my eye out for other similar things that I can utilize in that same. And I'll still keep trying to meal plan, but I don't know. Number 6 was don't spend all of our money. Okay, this isn't a real goal. It's more like just a reminder to myself, and so I don't think it needs to be on this list. And then number 7 was finish and release all of my monthly prompt guides, and I haven't touched this. I'm tempted to just cross it off the list and let it go, but I also don't really like that, so I would prefer to just get them done. So this is one that I still kind of want to figure out. Probably just need to rip off the Band-Aid there, honestly. Okay, so as far as new goals, those were the goals that I set at the beginning of the year. So as far as new goals go, I want to work on getting better with like a cleaning and tidying routine. This is personally a huge struggle for me, but I think I just need to stop ignoring that and start working on it. A clean and tidy space feels good, remember? I want that kind of home. I want that sense of satisfaction, but 1, I'm really bad at making myself do it. And 2, I have 3 kids and 3 pets who undo all of the work that I do put in, basically. And yes, we teach like the kids to clean up after themselves and to participate in maintaining the home. All of that is happening. But like they're kids, and it's an ongoing thing, and that's just the reality of life. My brain also then tells me like it's pointless to do this because it's just going to get messed up again. But if we're talking about a way to make my day-to-day feel better, a cleaner, tidier home is going to be it. So I want to put some real effort into figuring out what is going to work for me and what I will stick to and implementing that. So that's where we're sitting at. It feels pretty good that most of what I had set up at the beginning of the year was at least adjustable to this. Like, I really do think that this is a mindset shift for me in thinking about how to approach things differently. And maybe that's all it is, but it feels bigger than that. So I don't really know. I feel good about this list. I feel good about where we're at. I don't necessarily know what the next step on every single one of these is. So that is my next step, I guess, is figuring that out. What's the first step on all of these? And I also need to be careful not to get stuck in research mode. I need to just try things. I have a tendency to overanalyze and overplan and then not execute. And I don't want to get stuck in that trap here. So that's one thing that I need to be careful of. Okay, so I have a lot to work on. If you have any thoughts or ideas or suggestions that would pertain to any of this, do leave them in the comments because I feel like that would be really helpful. In the meantime, I do feel good about this list. So we're at a good place.
I think a lot of this for me stems from the fact that I've spent so much time feeling really anxious about how I am doing things because of how I will be perceived. Like, what will other people think of me? Will they think that I am normal, that I am likable, that I am doing things the right way, or that I am an expert in this? Like, for a long time, that was such a big deal, was being an expert in something. And what can you teach other people? What can people look to you for? Blah, blah, blah. And, like, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert in anything. Like, what I am, though, is somebody who can learn things and figure stuff out and grow and change and adapt. And that is great. That is what people should be. Like, but anyway, that always made me feel like I had to do things a certain way. And what I'm learning is that that's not the case, and that normal is relative, and I can do things in a way that works for me, and that may not be the way that other people do them, but if it works, then that's what counts. Some things, sure, there might be a right and a wrong way, but for the most part, there's a huge range of ways for almost everything, and you can pick your way. You don't have to do it. It does not have to be all or nothing. It does not have to be yes or no, black or white, right or wrong. That's kind of like it feels like a new concept to me. It feels like this big revelation. It's not, but I don't know. That's what's happening. And I just want to be okay with that. I want to live a life where I and all of the people around me have the grace and the freedom to do things their way and to not feel like they're failing because of that. I don't want to feel like I'm failing because I'm doing things a different way. I don't want to feel like I'm failing because I'm not doing things the perfect way. If I'm doing them, then I'm not failing. Anyway, I have to go to the craft store and get some craft supplies for a thing that we're putting together for a friend at work. My kids are helping me, but we need some, like, what is it called? Floral foam to stick some fake flowers in, basically. So that's where we're headed next. Okay, so very slight change of plans. So what we're making is a spiritual bouquet. A friend at work, his dad passed away. So, whoops, take those off. His dad passed away, so, and he's a good family friend, so the kids and I are going to make a spiritual bouquet for him. And my original plan was to have the kids cut the flowers out of construction paper and to stick them in like a clay pot with some floral foam in it to hold them up. My youngest was struggling pretty mightily with that task, and I wasn't finding what I needed to make it look the way I wanted it in my head. But what I did find, I went to Michael's and found this foam flower kit, and my youngest will have a blast with this. It says it makes a dozen. I don't know if we'll need that many, but this way we'll be able to make several different kinds of flowers. They can have more fun putting them together. And then I got a pack of tissue paper, and we'll wrap it like a bouquet instead of like a potted plant. So I think that this will go better. We'll be able to still use some of the paper flowers that my older kids made, because my oldest made these like origami roses. They're so freaking cool. So we definitely still want to use those, but then we can incorporate some of these too, and it'll just look like a chaotic mess of child flowers. And then on each flower will be like a prayer or like an act of charity or a sacrifice or something like that that we as a family will offer up or have offered up. So that's what we're going to go with, I think. I think that that'll work well.